Australia's technical and vocational education system has helped Australia maintain its position globally as a diverse and productive economy. Australia has invested in growing post-school education and training opportunities for more Australians so they have advanced knowledge and specialised skills for success in life. Graduates of vocational education in Australia find fulfilling jobs and earn high wages or start their own enterprise. Government-owned technical and further education institutes, known as TAFEs, are key to technical vocational education in Australia. Found in over 600 locations, TAFEs provide access to education and employment, especially in less densely populated regions and remote areas. In Australia, the technical vocational education and training sector, also called TVET, operates alongside higher education. Both sectors have distinct missions, although they complement each other. TVET providers such as TAFEs focus on preparing Australians with advanced skills and know-how for well over 50% of the job roles in the Australian economy. Universities deliver higher education focused on preparing people for professional roles and for advancing scholarship and research. At Australia's last census, over 35% of working-age Australians held a higher education qualification, and 32% held a TVET qualification, such as a certificate, diploma, or advanced diploma. While Australia once relied heavily on agriculture for employment, that industry has become highly mechanised. Productive parts of the economy are now highly diversified, driven by technology, and engaged in global supply chains. Service industries have experienced remarkable growth. Shifting away from processing industries towards specialised service industries and technically advanced manufacturing, all workers need higher levels of skills and knowledge as a result. The participation of women in work has also grown over the last 30 years, as have flexible working arrangements. TVET has adopted its programs to meet these new priorities. The rate of change also means citizens need to be learning over their lifetime. While many Australians engage in vocational education to prepare for their career, many return to TVET during their working life to top up their skills or to retrain for new priority jobs. Building relevant contemporary skills in workers of all ages and backgrounds is an important mission for TAFEs in Australia. Australian TVET qualifications are based on a philosophy of competency. Each qualification reflects the real-world demands of occupations. The competencies in a qualification describe the learning and training required to be effective in an occupation. Each student is assessed against the specific competency standards, not against each other. Strong industry engagement is an essential feature of the Australian TVET system. Because TVET qualifications reflect the competencies of workers required to be effective in occupations, industry and employers must play a key role in defining them. Employer representatives and employee unions for each sector of the economy come together to develop and agree the competencies based on their experience and understanding of the attributes of the occupation. A National Committee of Industry Representatives endorse qualifications for delivery. But industry does more than that. It also provides feedback about trends in different occupations, such as the impact of automation on the skills required in workers. This ensures course content remains relevant. TAFEs build on this philosophy by having strong relationships with local employers, so graduates have a good chance of being employed upon graduation. Australia is a federated nation of 8 separate states and territories, each with responsibilities for vocational education. Standards for training providers, qualifications, and quality apply across Australia. A wide range of public, community, and private organisations are registered to deliver vocational education and to issue qualifications. Qualifications are consistent across Australia, as is the way training providers are quality assured. This means that a student with a qualification from one part of Australia can be certain that it will be recognised across the country. Workers with qualifications can work across Australia, confident that employers anywhere will accept their qualifications as relevant to the job. Employers can also be confident that the qualification has been delivered consistently and to a high standard. Australian TVET qualifications allow for modular delivery that supports lifelong learning. Students can complete part of a qualification and still have that learning recognised. If they resume training, even with another institution, they receive credit for training already completed. There are also agreed part qualifications or micro-credentials. A person can complete many micro-credentials and stack them toward a full qualification, or add them on top of their qualification to branch out into new areas. Industry also develops qualifications at different levels to reflect the progression of workers in an industry. A worker can start with a qualification for entry into an industry and then undertake other vocational education to move to higher level positions. Many qualifications and micro-credentials also deliver business and leadership skills to support people as they move to leadership roles in their work or start their own business. Individuals learn in many contexts, including informally at work or in the community. Australia's vocational education system incorporates recognition of prior learning. This allows someone who has work or community experience to have their abilities formally assessed and awarded credit. This means people who have not had the opportunity to undertake formal vocational education courses but can demonstrate the required skills can become qualified without needing to repeat learning in the classroom. Australia has used this approach to encourage people to have their skills recognised and enrol in further vocational education to complete the qualification. TVET qualifications fall within the Australian Qualifications Framework, which also cover qualifications from higher education and schooling. Qualifications fall into levels in the framework which reflect the levels of skills and knowledge, the different approaches to learning, and the degree of responsibility a person takes on in a work setting. The AQF acts as a ladder of learning. Regardless of a person's educational background, they can start learning at the right point for them and grow their skills and knowledge. This is one of the ways that the TVET system meets equity objectives. All qualifications delivered through Australia's TVET system have high levels of quality assurance. The Australian Skills Quality Authority, ASQA, carries out this function. All TVET organisations need to be registered by government to deliver formal TVET. A registered training organisation is also authorised to issue qualifications. ASQA approves the scope of practice for many institutions to make sure that they have the right levels of equipment and qualified teachers with industry experience. TAFEs, as government-owned institutes, carry their own authority to change their scope of practice. ASQA also conducts regular performance assessments to check on the quality of delivery of vocational training and education and to offer advice on improvements. ASQA also provides education and assistance to help all providers pursue excellence in their vocational education programs. TVET in Australia is recognised worldwide for its approach, which is based on applied learning. Applied learning is a feature of apprenticeships. This form of training requires apprentices to be employed, complete a structured program of learning with a training provider, and refine their skills in the workplace. In this way, industry keeps the sector informed of developments in technology and the new skills required of workers. Providers engage with their industry partners to keep qualification content contemporary. Vocational education teachers are also required to keep abreast of these developments and engage with industry on a regular basis. TVET plays a key role in transferring new production and service capabilities to businesses and is an important economic tool for governments. In the 21st century, where automation and digitisation are changing the way we work, our human attributes and how we adapt technology and work with each other are becoming just as important as technical skills. The applied learning approach in TAFE courses gives students experience to sharpen these important attributes such as communication, teamwork, creativity, and problem solving. Australia is embarking on a process for these attributes to be recognised as part of qualifications, which will help people prepare for modern work. This gives employers confidence that graduates have the aptitude and approaches to working required for the 21st century. TAFEs in Australia have a reputation across the world for producing highly skilled graduates ready for work. TAFE institutes work collaboratively with countries to deliver programs offshore, advise on industry engagement, design curriculum, and support teacher training. Other countries and organisations may benefit from adopting elements of the Australian approach to TVET. TAFEs, as the leading TVET providers in Australia, are available for advice and assistance. This can be advice to governments and organisations about the Australian model of TVET and to industry on how vocational education can help grow their effectiveness. TAFEs in Australia offer education and skills across all Australian industries and can work with you.